everyone, how are we today? Just doing a quick all signs reading today. This is a super quick one. If you haven't already checked out the shadow work video from the other day for the full moon, make sure you do check that one out. But being a shadow work week, and then the reading before that, we had the messages of hope reading, all things in balance. So today we are actually going to do messages for destruction. All right. So I thought I'd mix it up a little bit, but, talking about balance, we had messages for hope the other day, and today we're having messages for destruction. So what we're looking at with, the idea of destruction is the things that you need to deconstruct in your life, the things that you need to get rid of out of your energy, the things you need to completely blow out of the water in your own life and things like that. So we may see some confronting stuff coming through. For some of you, it may just be, quite little simple things that we're just needing to finesse in our lives. But we'll see how it goes and see what comes out for everybody there. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date with all the readings, especially readings, like these ones where we are sort of having a bit of, linkage between different readings as well. So definitely keep that in mind. Check out that Messages of Hope reading if you haven't already, as well as that shadow work reading for the full moon. Okay, so we are going to start off with Aries today. Timestamps will be in the description box. All right, Aries. Messages for destruction for Aries. What does Aries need to destruct in their life? Messages for destruction for our Aries. Oh, just using the Gothic lenormand today as well. I did forget to mention that in the intro. Okay. Very interesting, Aries. Firstly, we have the house coming through. So the house is all about stability and security. All right. So there's something that we're needing to get out of our comfort zone, really. More than anything is getting out of the comfort zone, because the house is your comfort zone where you feel safe and secure, where you feel at home. For some of you, you may need to move home. As well. Sometimes that does come through as a physical house, that maybe you're not in a neighborhood that is actually in your highest good. Those sorts of things are coming through for some of you there. Maybe there's something about the place that you're living that is not actually, good for you. So for those of you, I feel like you're probably already aware of that, if that is the case for you. But for the rest of you, it's just getting out of your comfort zone, getting out of that safe little bubble that you've put yourself in, especially when it comes to, we have the sun and the stars here. Okay, so these are generally very, very positive energies here, but this is needing destruction. It's needing to, it's kind of that energy of knock it all down so that we can rebuild it better and more in tune with ourselves and our higher selves. All right, so it's getting out of the comfort zone of, what we tell ourselves would make us happy, what we tell ourselves our goals and aspirations are. All right. So the sun is about happiness, and then the stars is all about, wish fulfillment and, your goals and your dreams. So there's it's kind of telling us that there's something fundamentally wrong with your perceived happiness. Okay. For a lot of you, I am picking up on the message here that the happiness has got to do with the comfort zone, as in the sense of you've found yourself a little comfort zone, and you've told yourself that is happiness. Whereas there's a part of you that kind of knows that there's a lot more that happiness could be for you here, but you've kind of, it's once again, you've just gotten kind of used to the life that you have right here, right now. And so, but there are some actual things that, it's kind of like you've stopped chasing happiness and true happiness. You're just sort of settled into this comfort zone of, I'm just going to tell myself that this is making me happy to do this. And, it's not necessarily the truth. So with that sun there, getting out of your comfort zone really does bring through some epiphanies about, you know, what your true goals are in this life and what actually matters to you, what you truly do wish for on a deeper kind of a level. There's the need to, like I said, sort of smash it to pieces so that we can rebuild from the ground up, and really rework and really analyze what our true wishes are. It's kind of like you're telling yourself that if I get this in my life, that will make me happy. If I have that in my life, that will make me happy. I am picking up a bit of materialism with that as well. So you're kind of setting goals for yourself that are probably around money, you know, and having that perfect life and the ideal thing. But really, there's more to life than those things. There's something else that truly would make you happy to have that in your life, but you're avoiding it because it's outside of your comfort zone, Aries. So that's what we have for you. You may want to double check your other placements, of course, especially your moon sign being so close to the full moon there. All right, but we will move on over to our Taurus. Okay, I've got like a sneeze. Okay, Taurus. Messages for destruction for our Taurus. What in Taurus's life needs total destruction? Messages for destruction for Taurus, please. I did forget to mention in the intro, I am using the Gothic Lenormand today as well. I will just put it in the description box, so in case anyone is looking for that. Oh, okay. I have here the dog coming through first. I also have the book, as well as the bouquet. Okay, so, and we've got 2 10s here as well. So there may be something about the number 10 may be significant about this person, I want to say, because this is somebody in your life, Taurus, that you need to get rid of. It's coming through very simply that this is somebody that, oh, it's not in, you don't necessarily need to get rid of them completely. It's that you need to stop giving to this relationship because this person is not giving back. If anything, with that book there, they're actually treating you very muchly like they know better or they know more than you. That, you know, it's kind of that energy of someone who's trying to make you feel stupid just by the way that they talk to you. So we do have the dog there. So that's most likely a platonic connection in your life. You know, it could be a family member, it could be a friend, most likely a friend. It is the friendship card. I do get a feeling that this is somebody that may have been in your life for quite a while. It could also be co-worker and all those sorts of platonic relationships there, Taurus. But I feel as though a lot of you would sort of realize who this is because you give quite a lot of energy to this person, but they don't really give it back the same way. You know, you spend a lot of time and energy on this person, and they don't necessarily give it back in you know, to you at all. They are somebody who's very intelligence based, and it's kind of that, just keeps giving me that same energy of somebody who's like acting like they're better educated than you, that they're better than you, and you know they try to make you feel stupid or you know, make themselves try to, you know, they just try to lord it over you a little bit here with the intelligence stuff is how that feels. So it's kind of a quite simple message that needs to be looked at, and you know, some sort of destruction needs to come to that relationship, whether it's stop giving or whether it's get rid of that relationship altogether. That's up to you, Taurus. Free will exists, of course, but that's what I've got coming through for you. Okay, you're more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Geminis. Okay, Gemini, messages for destruction for our Geminis. Okay, what parts of Gemini's life are slated for destruction? Messages for destruction. Gemini. Gemini. It's kind of like whatever it is, it's something that you're very hesitant to get rid of in your life. Interesting. I just had two of these same cards for Taurus. So some of you may be, on the cusp or have strong Taurus placements as well. Or you may be connected to a Taurus in your home life. We have the house coming through first. Okay, so the house is your comfort zone. It's the things that make you feel safe and secure. So there's something that needs to change and kind of getting out of your comfort zone here. For Taurus, it did feel a little bit like physical house, but for you guys, it's more family, I feel. It's more connected to family, regardless of whether family for you is blood or otherwise. It does feel a little bit connected to the family type energy there. And the way that you're giving and receiving, we have the bouquet there, the flowers. So that's the card of giving. So there's something here sort of, if you're getting out of your comfort zone by not giving in, it feels like that's the phrase. You've got to get out of your comfort zone and stop giving in to somebody or something in your home life. It's kind of like you've gotten to this comfort zone of just giving and giving and giving, I feel, but you're not necessarily receiving the things that you truly want to receive here. It's not that you're not receiving at all, because I feel like you are, but it's not the way or all the ways that you need. So it's kind of like you've just gotten into this comfort zone of telling yourself that that's enough, but deep down that it's not, that you need more. Feels like you just need more. And it's just something that's just so comfortable that you're struggling to get out of this rut. It feels like you're stuck in a rut kind of thing here with this situation. I do have the book coming through here as well. Now, the book, it's kind of telling me that the reason that you don't want to get out of your comfort zone is because you're scared of what the next chapter brings, and you're scared of, moving into that next chapter. So it does tell me that, if you stop giving to this comfort zone, this family thing, that that it's going to change the storyline. That it's going to, create a plot twist in your life. So it's like the fear of the unknown is stopping you from getting out of your comfort zone here. But it's kind of like, and I've got that song, The Middle, playing in the background, and that's exactly what it feels like. You're stuck in the middle, like you're not having those lows, but you're also not having the highs. You're stuck in this middle ground where you're stuck in this rut of being in the middle of not having the highs and not having the lows, because you're just not. It's like you're just coasting with whatever this is. For a lot of you, it's got to do with your home life and your family life, and that comfort zone that you've created in regard to that. I'm just going to get one more card for you here, Gemini, because I just feel like I'm missing something. Messages for destruction for Gemini, please. The fish, which is abundance. And that's kind of what it is. It's because, because the fish it's abundance, right? It's not middle ground. It's if you don't go up these highs and these lows. Yes, that next chapter, it might have lows, but also you're not able to receive true abundance because you're not you know, moving up into those highs or lows. Does that make sense? It's like you're just sort of flatlining here. And, you know, if you really wish to receive the true abundance, that's on the high. That's on one of the highs. Okay, if you're not doing the ups and the downs, you're not allowing those highs either. You know, you're kind of like, it's kind of like you're coasting because you don't want the lows. You're avoiding the lows, but you're also avoiding the highs because of this. For a lot of you, it could be because part of the you don't know how things would work for you outside of this comfort zone money-wise as well. There might be some concerns about, you know, if I made a change with this, how would I get by with money? That kind of thing. So that's what it's telling me for you, Gemini. You may want to check out another placement as well, especially your moon sign being this close to the full moon. But make sure you do subscribe to the channel as well. And we will move on over to Cancer. Okay, Cancer. Messages of destruction for Cancer. What does Cancer need to bring destruction to in their life? Messages of destruction for Cancer. I'm really having fun just saying that. Destruction. I should have realized when I started this topic that I should have realized that this was going to be me having to say some harsh truths along the way. Cancer. Firstly, we have the in this deck, it's the rats, the mice, okay? That's a 7. We also have the tree, which is another 7. So those two together are kind of what you need to get rid of. And then this 8 is the next level. So it goes up a level. You get rid of the 7s, destruction, bring destruction to the 7s, and then you can move on to that level 8 kind of thing, which is the garden, okay? So the rats in the tree, it's pretty straightforward. It's a little bit harsh, I'm sorry, in advance. The rats is about past losses, things that you've lived in the past. You're living in the past, Cancer. You need to stop living in the past. If you truly wish to grow and evolve and advance in this lifetime, you can't allow yourself to continue to live in the past, because you're that's coming through as your present and your future, the past. Okay, there's something about your past here, the things that you've lost in your life, the things that eat away at you, and the things that you feel you've had opportunities taken from you, or even just trauma that you've lived through. The past that you've lived is what's holding you back here. This is what you need to bring destruction to, letting the past control the way that you take care of yourself, the way that you are trying to grow and heal, because the past is overriding that. And the past is, not allowing that tree to sprout new leaves. It's not allowing you to actually, have the wisdom of things that you've learned from the past. You're just stuck in the past. Okay, so the past is having a very heavy influence on your life. And if you stay stuck in the past, you're bringing that energy into, you're growing with the past in your present. So it's not, it needs to be brought down to nothing so you can rebuild yourself for the actual present and the future, looking forwards rather than continuing to look backwards, because it's just that's what you're doing. You're looking backwards, and the more that the more that you're thinking about things that have happened in your life in the past every day, the more that you're telling your present and future self that that's the energy I want to move forward with, is that past energy. It's time to move on from the past. We have the garden as well. Okay, so the garden talks about, it's time to get out and about, spend more time in public. There may be, social media things are coming through. You may need to meet with somebody through social public things. So there might be, it's kind of like being more sociable, making new friends, and spending time with people, and getting out and about, and not dwelling on the past, getting out into the future, and going and meeting up with friends, and getting out and going for a walk outside, and doing things in the public arena, going to events, accepting invitations to move forward. The garden is a very forward energy. It's going on dates and things like that. So for some of you, it's very specifically, you're very stuck in the past when it comes to love, and you're stuck on someone from the past. But it's time to, if you want growth and healing, you need to, get out, and maybe for some of you, it's closure. I feel here. Maybe meeting up with somebody that can help you find closure. I am picking up on that just randomly, but it does talk about dating as well, so going out and accepting dates, and going out on dates, going to events to meet new people, and those sorts of things as well. Okay, if you wish to level up, it's time to leave the past behind, Cancer. All right, so that's what we've got for you. Sorry if that was a little bit harsh. You are more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Leos. All right, Leo. Messages of destruction for Leo. What needs destruction for our Leos? Leo, messages of destruction for the Leos. Interesting. Can I just get one more to... as I ask for one more, it is clarifying as I ask. Can I just get one more to clarify those cards 2 and 3 for Leo, please? Clarify cards 2 and 3 for Leo. Definitely about to learn something big here, Leo. Pardon me. We do see the dog coming through first, okay? So this is telling us that this has got to do with somebody in your life, all right? This is, somebody that you probably have some sort of loyalty to this person. It is the card of friendship, okay? So it most likely is a platonic relationship, a friend, a family member, a co-worker, platonic relationship, yeah? Oh, and for a couple of you, it's your actual dog. I'm getting for some of you, there's something here about your actual dog, that there's a behavior that your dog is doing that you're going to become aware of. Because I don't feel as though you're quite aware of this as of yet, but it is about to come out in the open. We have your card here, the Sun. Something is about to be revealed about this person. For some of you, it's about the way that they bring happiness and are forthcoming with information into your life here. Because we do have the rider there as well. So they're bringing something, it's about what they bring to the table kind of thing, what they but you know, I do have the book here as well, clarifying those two cards, and the book does clarify and really exemplify the message there of learning something, you know, some information, an epiphany being brought to you, you know, learning something here about this person, the information being brought to you, learning more about the truth of this person. I do keep feeling it's about the way that support is being given or taken. You seem to be the center of this all somehow too. Makes you learn something about yourself. But there's something. It's kind of like, see, it's just not telling me what exactly needs destruction here. I feel like it's got to do with, you know, the way that this person is supporting you and bringing happiness into your world. It's kind of like this person, when you're having a bad time, this person is around a lot more. And then when you've got good news and happy, you know, you're trying to be happy and focus on positive energy, this person's nowhere to be found. It's kind of like this person revels in the negativity and the anti-happiness. You know, you kind of start to realize that the more time that they're kind of just a drain on your energy. They're a negativity. You know, they bring negativity around. They bring, you know, it's kind of like they destroy happiness. So if you need to destruct this relationship in some way, so that you know you're not it's not wanting me to, it's not really wanting me to know exactly what this is. Clarify this message for Leo, please. Clarify this message for Leo. Okay, so when I've kind of rewording this here, we've got the clover coming through. We have the rats, which is the mice, and the heart. So it's kind of wanting you to know that you're invested in a past version of love for this person. So it's kind of like this person is they're not the person that they used to be. And it's time for a new chapter here, and a new understanding. Realizing that this person's just not bringing happiness to your life anymore, and it may be time to sort of rework that and look at how, you know, the person that you're invested in is a past version of this person. It's not the current version of this person, because the current person of this, the current energy of this person is a lot of negativity. And that's not your jam, I don't think, here, Leo. You don't want someone that's bringing you down every time you see them and spend time with them. And that feels like that's what's happening here. They keep talking about the past a lot and bringing you down as well. So it does feel as though it's kind of like you're kind of realizing that the person that you love and you care about isn't this person anymore. They're not the same person anymore. They can't offer you support and friendship in the ways that maybe they once did. So it's maybe about understanding that this relationship has changed, and it's not actually, you know, suiting your highest good anymore, this relationship. So you're just needing to sort of have a bit of a think about that. And, you know, I do get very specifically, there is some specific knowledge that you're gaining in the near future here about this person that is really going to make it very black and white for you as well, of what you need to do from here. So just keep that in mind, Leo. I do feel as though this is something that it may not actually sort of sink into your energy until, you know, like within the next month sometime. It might take a little bit longer than right now. So just try to kind of keep that in mind. Maybe come back in a month and remember, if you remember, to rewatch this video. And you know, if you want to leave a comment and let me know in the comments that you know, remind me when it's been a month, I'll come back and I'll you know, I'll comment back to you in a month's time to remind you, so you get the notification or whatever. But that's what I've got for you, Leo. You're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Virgos. All right. Virgo, messages of destruction for our Virgos. What in Virgo's life needs destruction? Hearing the word mayhem and destruction for you, Virgo. Virgo, messages for destruction. Wow, I'm getting the same cards for everybody today. Starting off with the dog energy here. We also have the house coming through here as well. So for a lot of you, this is a platonic relationship. The dog is the card of friendship, but I'm getting that with the house there, it may be a little bit more connected somehow to family. So it may be, you know, one of them situations where it's a family, like an extended family member. So somebody who's not your immediate family, but it may be, you know, it could be somebody that you're living with. You know, it may be family that is not your immediate family, like your family member's partner or something along those lines. It could be a friend, it could be a co-worker, those sorts of things. It's like we do have a friend here, and the house does talk about security, stability, so your comfort zone kind of thing, your family home type energy, the place that you're living, kind of energy here. And so there's something that needs to change here about this relationship and the way that it's kind of like we've gotten a bit comfort zone with that relationship, and we actually need to spend some time to invest back into it. We have the clover here as well, so you know so it's got to do with how much you're investing into either this relationship or you know, the comfort zone that you've come to with this person. That it's like the clover asks us to take a risk. So I do feel that, you know, that would be definitely getting out of your comfort zone here. Taking a chance, taking a risk, investing. Like good fortune as well. So just clarify for Virgo what that clover is referencing here in regards to this person for Virgo, and how does that reference destruction for Virgo, please? Yeah, this person is okay. We have the anchor here. All right. So it's kind of like this person is presenting themselves as somebody very reliable, very dependable, someone that you can invest in, that you can rely on, but they're actually like, it's actually keeping you a little bit like you're stuck. You're not moving forward. Um, you're not actually, they're holding you back a little bit here. We do also have the bear. So there is the need to, create some boundaries here, to, take a bit of a risk and create some boundaries between yourself and this person, because, it's kind of like, because once again, the anchor is very much like the house here with the comfort zone. So you've kind of grown very comfortable with this person, but there may be some, like, I am picking up also for some of you that this person is making risky moves as well, that they're taking risks that may affect you, like drag you down with them kind of thing. So you need to be careful of that as well. But you just need to protect yourself from being dragged down with them, if that makes sense. Um, or being dragged down by their energy. Create some boundaries about this because it's kind of like this person is saying to you, "Oh, Virgo, I'm you know me, I'm safe and I'm secure. I'm stable. I'm steady. You can trust me, Virgo." Which I'm not saying that you can't, but there's just something about this person's energy that it keeps you stuck, and it's like they're not actually trying to help you move forward, which is actually, keeping you very stuck. So you're not able to do better. You know what I mean? Like if you want to do better with yourself and your life, this person is actually sort of holding you in place. Um, and they're just kind of saying to you, but I'm just, what, you can rely on me. You can trust me, Virgo. And I feel like you probably can. It's just, it's kind of just like, just kind of getting dragged down with them, to be honest, in some sense. That it's stopping you from, taking a risk to better yourself in some way here, Virgo. So just take that how it resonates. You're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel as well. And we will move on over to our Libra. All right, Libra, messages of destruction for Libra. Messages of destruction for our Libra, please. Ooh. Throwing them at me, Libra. Okay, interesting. That first one that was throwing itself around was the crossroads, the pathways. That is the card of free will, Libra. So you're kind of using your free will at the moment to fight against something that you know is part of your destiny, part of your true path. Because we do have the lily coming through next, and the lily talks about the end of your life kind of thing, the, long-term things. So there's something that you're really kind of fighting against, that that's part of your long term, that's part of your, something that it's very close to emotionally, with the lily. The lily is very close to your heart, very, those emotional sensitivities, the vulnerabilities, something that makes you feel vulnerable. You're fighting against taking this path. You kind of know that this is your destiny. We also have the birds here. So it's probably something that you've been talking about for a long time as well. Something that you've been talking about, I want this in my life, or I want to do that one time, but for some reason you're just not doing it. You're choosing to not do it. You need to, it's kind of like stop trying to decide and just do it kind of thing, that you're fighting against doing this or making this choice that will affect you long term. Once again, you've been talking about it for a long time. It's time to stop talking about it, start doing it, is what's sort of coming through here. Because it's just kind of telling me that you're using your free will to fight against destiny. You're fighting your intuition. You're not choosing the thing that you know is part of your future. You're fighting against the thing that you know is where you want your life to go. And it's kind of when you get to the end of your life, Libra, and you look back on your whole life and you sort of say, like, this is something that if you don't do this, it's kind of one of them things where you're going to look back 20 years from now, 30 years from now, and you're going to say, I regret not doing that. So yeah, it's and with the birds there, it's very interesting because it's like you are having conversations about this, and it kind of tells you kind of telling yourself that, oh, the wise move is to not choose to do that, or not make that decision, to not walk that path. That's the wise thing to do, but it's not what suits you, to be honest. Here, it may not be the wisest choice, but it's kind of the choice that you're avoiding making, even though you know it's right for you. It's part of your future. It's part of your longevity, your long-term energy. So I just want to grab one card and see if we can clarify any more details about that for Libra, please. Any more details about that for Libra? We have the bear. So it's something about protecting your future, protecting like your confidence, maybe for some of you, your true power, your true strength. It's a path of strength, the path of power for you, but it's a hard thing to choose, because choosing to be strong and having to be strong is a hard choice. We all want to take the easy way out, and that's why this is difficult, I think, for you. So you need to bring destruction to your inability to choose. You're fighting using your free will to fight your destiny here. You need to destruct that whole idea and make that choice that you have been avoiding making. Okay, so that's what we've got for you, Libra. You're more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Scorpios. Okay, Scorpio. Messages for destruction for our Scorpios. Oh, I'm hearing the phrase, it's the eve of destruction for you, Scorpios. So it's closer than a lot of the other people's messages have been so far. So you're on the brink of destruction, annihilation. Scorpio, messages for destruction. Scorpio. Firstly, we have the moon, which is number 8. We also have number 8 with the garden as well. Okay. And then we move to the king with the clouds. So this is kind of like, with the garden in the middle of the clouds and the moon here, the moon is emotions and the clouds is thoughts and logical. Okay, your intuition versus rational. And the garden is a meeting in the middle. So it's kind of saying here that right now you're meeting everything and compromising, and you're meeting everything in the middle with your emotions. Whereas you need to kind of destruct that energy so that you can be more logical, more rational about the decisions that you're making and the choices that you're making. It's kind of like with the moon there, it's kind of like something triggered you. Something has triggered you in the past here. I want to say that this is in regards to dating for a lot of you as well, or meeting new friends, or getting out and about, and out and about and living your life kind of thing. The garden really does talk about meeting people, meeting someone, meeting people. I do keep getting that it's dating for a lot of you. Something has triggered you, whether it's in the past or recently. Something or someone has triggered you, and it's kind of like you refuse to meet that person because you were triggered emotionally. But there's this energy here of you need to get rid of that because you need to look at the situation rationally and using your thought process, your logic, because your intuition is telling you that there is something here. And the more that you're approaching that rationally and logically to actually, it's like finding the silver lining in the clouds as well. Because there is also an element here of you, because you've been triggered emotionally and because your emotions are high with this situation. It's leading you to overthink the situation, and it's leading you to anxiety about the situation. So you've got to look for the silver lining of this situation. You've got to, force those clouds to part through using, logical processes of how can I solve this situation? What can I do in order to solve this situation? How can I meet this person on equal footing? Because it's like you refuse to meet somebody in the middle, meet them in the middle with something, and you kind of said to this person, it's my way or the highway type thing, because of your emotions being triggered. Whereas the clouds is asking you to find another perspective of this, look at, think about this in different ways, non-emotional ways, because there's something there about needing to, be involved with this person. I am picking up that this is to do with a person, and because we do see the garden in the middle there. So it's for some of you, it's kind of like social media is somehow involved in that as well. How will Scorpio know who this person is, please? How will Scorpio know who this person is? The Tower. So this person is, they may be a very tall, intimidating type of person, kind of boss vibes. They may be very sort of traditional and regimented in some ways, structured in some ways. It's someone you've isolated yourself away from, I feel, for a lot of you. You've kind of definitely you've put that person in isolation, or you've put yourself in isolation away from this person. It's from someone from your past, most likely older than you. They may be very tall and imposing type person. And clarify the clouds. Clarify the clouds. What does Scorpio need to, because it's telling me you need to deconstruct, destruction, bring destruction to allowing this to trigger you emotionally, because there's something there. What is that? What is that that's sitting there, please? Clarify the clouds for Scorpio. The tree, growth and healing, maturing. It's like you need to grow and heal. And it's kind of like, I keep getting that there's a person here, because what do you see in gardens? Trees. So it's kind of like this person is it's a soul connection here, and it's like this person gives you the ability to grow and heal. I also have the crossroads coming through as well, so it's like you made a choice that you need to work out how to resolve that and make a new, go. It's kind of like you need to go back down the path that you've taken in the past and make a wiser choice. Resolve this issue somehow. Choose to think differently about this situation. Choose to see the positives rather than the negatives of this situation and the person. And I'm picking up, I'm hearing someone questioning, oh, is that the person that they triggered you, they did not hurt you. Okay, because there's someone here that they're questioning if this is the person that hurt them very badly, and it's not that person, it's someone else. They triggered you, they didn't hurt you. Like, in the grand scheme of things, they did not decimate you. Okay, this is actually something that you can learn and grow from and heal from. You need to choose healing this situation, and thinking about how I can heal this situation with this person. It does feel like I am picking up that this person is quite intimidating, in some way. Maybe it's just the way that they said something that they said was intimidating. Whatever it was that triggered you, was kind of coming across very intimidating. Okay, but that's what we've got for you, Scorpio. You may want to check out your moon placement as well, see what's coming through there for you as well. But make sure you subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Sagittarians. Okay, Sagittarius. Messages for destruction for our Sagittarius. What does Sagittarius need to know in regards to destruction? Ooh. Getting a very specific message here, Sagittarius. Firstly, we have the birds coming through. We have the masculine there, as well as the stars. All right, so the birds, it's the way that you're talking to somebody. All right, so the way that you're speaking to somebody, the way that you are, I hate to be harsh, Sagittarius, but are you gossiping about this person? Are you, you know, talking about this person behind their back? Are you, you know, starting rumors about this person? This is a masculine energy, and it's not so much the person that you're. I keep getting the word bitching. It's not so much the person that you are talking about. It's their dreams, their goals, their aspirations. So somebody here is like they have a dream or a goal, and it's kind of like you are belittling that, telling them you're never going to be able to do that. That's impossible. And just because it's the masculine energy, they're not necessarily a masculine, they're not necessarily a male. That can be either. It's just somebody very non-emotional, somebody very regimented, controlling by nature, rather than, you know, they're not necessarily controlling in bad ways, but they're a little bit just controlling type personality. For some of you, it could actually be, you know, your father or an important male figure in your life. But for some of you, it is actually a female that is very sort of boss female energy. And it's like you're kind of talking about this person behind their back, or talking about their goals and their dreams, or something that they aspire to, and you're talking about that behind their back, and you need to. That's the destruction that needs to happen. You need to stop doing that, okay? Because do you know what I feel? I feel like this is actually, they might prove you wrong, and then who's going to look silly is what I'm picking up. That this, just because it might be something that you see as impossible or a silly goal, it doesn't mean that it's impossible for them, and it doesn't mean that it's silly to them, that it may be very, very serious to this person. But you know, because I'm hearing the phrase the eye, like in the eyes of the beholder as well. So it's like the way that this person looks at this goal, this aspiration, this wish of theirs is very, very different to how you perceive it. So that's pretty much all it wants to say, Sagittarius. So, you know, that may resonate for a lot of the collective. If not, you're more than welcome to check out your other placements. So close to the full moon, check your moon placement. That's what we have for you, though. Subscribe to the channel, Sagittarius, and we will move on over to the Capricorns. All right. Okay, Capricorn. Messages of destruction for the Capricorn collective. Messages of destruction for Capricorn. I'm hearing the phrase tear it down brick by brick. Something that's the destruction, Capricorn. Tearing it down, even if we have to do it brick by brick. Capricorn, messages of destruction for Capricorn, please. Very interesting, Capricorn. Firstly, I have the ship coming through, which talks about travel, moving towards something. Something that you are trying to move towards that you maybe shouldn't be. Traveling, journey, the adventure. I am kind of getting that because we do have the sun in the middle there, which is usually the card of, you know, it's happiness, but it's also things being revealed. So it's kind of like you it's like you're thinking that some travel is going to reveal something to you. That journey of, it's like you're relying on it, because we have the anchor there as well, which, you know, that holds the ship steady, but it's like you're relying on it a little bit too much, and it's actually keeping you stuck in some way. Clarify this for Capricorn, please. Clarify the sun and the actually just clarify this message for Capricorn. Clarify this message for Capricorn, please. Well, there's the brick by brick reference. We have the tower coming through to clarify that. We have the letter coming through. So it's like the structure. So it's the structure, the way that you're moving towards something, the way that you are, the structure that you've created that you tell yourself equals happiness. It's like you've created this structure that if I do the journey this way, if I travel towards happiness this way, that's the right way to get happiness, and the right way to express happiness. But that's actually come to a standstill. You're actually holding back a little bit from true happiness here, Capricorn. It's kind of like you're saying, if only this was revealed, you know, if only this gets revealed, then I'll be happy. But it's holding you back a little bit. It's like, but it's like, doing it by yourself, Capricorn, as well, seems to be part of what's holding you back here. That you're kind of isolating yourself and not asking for help. That holds you back a lot here too. Not expressing when you need to be alone and when you need to not be alone. Because, you know, every ship needs a crew, and you're kind of trying to do it all by yourself, Capricorn. You're trying to find happiness all by yourself, and it's kind of come to a standstill. It's not, it's like you're telling yourself you're moving forwards and you're moving towards happiness, but the way, it's like the structure, the traditional rules that you're putting on how I have to move forward, how I have to travel towards these things. That's kind of what is bringing you to a bit of a halt here. The way that you're relying on happiness in a certain form, the way that you're reword this message for Capricorn, please, because I just feel like it's not clear to you here, Capricorn. Reword this message for Capricorn, please. Capricorn, we have the Mountain card here. So you've come to a standstill with your abundance. We have the Fish. And we need to learn, we have to learn more about what abundance actually means, what happiness actually means. We need to educate ourselves that, you know, we don't have to stick to the structure. We don't have to do it the same way everyone else does it. That you know, because the sun and abundance are very, very obviously the same energy here. And it's got to do with you, Capricorn, and your, you know, the way that you're pushing forwards and pushing and but you're creating blockages, and it's kind of like you're persisting and persisting and persisting at a happiness that is not actually happiness for you. You know, it's the more that you've pushed at it, the more that it's actually stalling out, hitting the limit kind of thing. So it's like you need to express and get help. For a lot of you, there's this, you know, expressing that I don't want to do this alone kind of thing, and learning more about what happiness and abundance actually mean to you, because it's like you're telling yourself this will make me happy, but there's more to it than that, Capricorn. There's your true abundance and happiness is a lot more than just that, because it's kind of like you're limiting yourself. It's like self-limiting. So you need to communicate that I need help when you need help, that you need support, learning new ways of finding happiness, and what happiness even is for you, Capricorn, and what abundance even is for you. It's kind of like you've just restricted the way that you look at happiness and abundance, and there's more for you than that. You're limiting yourself and allowing yourself to, you know, stop here. Once I've got this, then everything will be fine. But there's more. There's more above that you need to look towards as well. Interesting. That's the clearest I can be with that message, Capricorn. But you are more than welcome to check out your other placements, especially your moon sign, being the full moon recently there as well. But that's what we have for you. Check your other placements, and we will move on over to Aquarius. Okay. All right, Aquarius. Aquarius. Messages of destruction for Aquarius. Messages of destruction for Aquarius. Pretty straightforward message here, Aquarius. Pardon me. Firstly, we have the child, then the book, and the feminine, the woman. Okay, so the destruction we need to bring into our energy here, Aquarius, is getting rid of the naivety, the immaturity, okay, the childlike behaviors and ways of thinking, because the woman is grown. The woman, you know, you need to move more towards you know, nurturing yourself in more mature ways. The woman is a mature energy, and then the book in the middle tells us, you know, we need to learn, we need to educate ourselves. So it's kind of like the way that you're approaching things at the moment. You it's kind of like you know, with the book there too, it's kind of like there's a lot you don't know, and you're still this like babe in the woods kind of thing, Aquarius, and you need to accept that you don't know everything, and there's more to learn. There's more to growing that you need to do. So you need to, you know, it's kind of just wanting to say again, you know, stop with the immaturity, the immature ways of thinking, the immature ways of thinking about, you know, the next chapters of your life. You're actually needing to just nurture and grow yourself a little bit more here. Educate yourself a little bit more about what it means to be grown, what it means to parent yourself as well. I'm picking up there this message of, with the woman and the child both coming through, and then the book in the center of them. It's kind of like you need to learn how to mother yourself a little bit here, and nurture and take care of yourself in other ways, less immature ways, less, innocent, naive ways. You need to, bring on the emotions and deal with emotion a little bit more. Because the feminine energy is all about, emotions as well, and allowing those to nurture and help you grow, learn from your emotions, that kind of thing. Whereas the children have very unregulated emotions and they just act emotionally, whereas the woman energy uses emotions to grow and to learn and to nurture and teach. So there is just some learning and growing to do here, Aquarius. So it's kind of, and it just, once again, it wants to say the thing that needs to come to destruction is your immaturity, your childlike behaviors and childlike ways of thinking. You just need to, I hate to say it, Aquarius, just need to grow up a little bit, okay? Especially too, because I'm picking up that for some of you, you're putting a lot on other people and you're not taking personal responsibility. So I'm sorry if that's a little bit harsh, but that's what's coming through for you today. You are more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel as well. I do really appreciate that. Even when I'm harsh, just yell at me in the comments, guys. That's fine. If it's too mean, YouTube will probably just automatically delete it. So be aware of that. But we will move on over to our Pisces. Okay, Pisces. Messages for destruction for our Pisces. We did messages for hope. We've got to balance it out, keep it balanced, light and dark. Now we're looking at what we're going to bring to destruction in our lives, Pisces. Pisces, messages for destruction for our Pisces, please. Yet another one who's getting a relatively straightforward message that I kind of need to say, I'm sorry in advance if I'm a bit harsh. Okay, this message may come across a little bit harsh, so I am sorry for that, Pisces. Firstly, we do have the Mountain. You're trying too hard. You're trying too hard. You're persisting and pushing at something that's not going anywhere, that's not changing, that is, you're trying too hard. You're putting in too much work. Trying to, because we have the ship in the crossroads here. The ship is travel. The crossroads is new paths. So traveling new paths. You're trying too hard to travel new paths. Sometimes you've just got to walk a while down the path that you're on and see where it takes you. It's kind of like you're trying to jump ship continually here, and that, as soon as you get started on one path, it's giving ADHD vibes, Pisces. Like, I should know, right? I do the same thing, but it's like you're creating harder work for yourself in the long run, because things shouldn't have to be this hard. And when things get hard, you're jumping ship and trying to change paths here. And you're making it harder on yourself, and you're creating blockages for yourself. But you're putting in too much work into trying to travel different paths. Like, for some of you, you're trying to travel multiple paths at the same time, taking on too much, trying to change direction and make too many choices all at once, choosing too many things all at once. You've got too much on your plate, Pisces. But it's definitely like you're making, because what's happening here is you can even see in this crossroads card, it's not two clear pathways here. And that's like, you know, and you can kind of see that if you turn back around, there's much less pathways behind than at the front here. So it's like you've allowed your path to split into too many directions, that you're trying to choose too many side quests, and you know you need to take a few steps backwards, go back down your path a little bit, to where it's splintered off, and get back on that main path a little bit. You're doing too many side quests. Um, just stick to your path, Pisces. You don't need to choose new paths every day. You don't have to do new things every single day. You don't have to, you know, choose, you know, change everything up every day. All right, you're trying too many things. You need to bring it back down to earth a little bit here, and just get back to basics. All right, stop trying to push yourself so hard, to keep moving in new directions. It's okay to just stick in one direction for a while and see what happens. All right, so that's what we've got for you, Pisces. It was very direct, but it's not necessarily saying exactly what that's in regard to for you. But you know, you're doing too much. Just keeps telling me the same things over and over. You're working too hard. Chill out, just chill, and slow down and enjoy the view. You don't have to get to the end of the path all the time. Sometimes it's just about the journey that you're taking to get there. You don't have to undertake a new journey every day. All right, so that's what we've got for you, Pisces. You're more than welcome to check your other placements. Subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all again soon.